Good morning, guys. It is 8:46 in the morning. I am here in my shop. I guess that is the other side of things. I have obviously Laneside Pro Shop, and when it gets busy, when I needed to get stuff done for myself, it means that I gotta make the time and come in early. On this Friday morning, it's very busy. I've got a lot of stuff on the bench to work on for other people. Plus, we've got 4 balls that I'm drilling for reviews this morning, plus some other stuff. So, if you want to do something for yourself, you got to be willing to get up and do the work for it. Welcome to pre-9 a.m. Yeah, I don't know how people do this normally. This is too early. But if we want to get stuff done, we got to get stuff done. So, by the way, welcome to week 3. Let me pull out my sheet here. Okay, so I laid out a few bowling balls. I'm going to go over what the layouts we put on them, and we'll probably put an overlay of bowling equipment here. We've got the Madness. We went with 45 by 4.5 by 40. The Outer Limits, 65 by 4.5 by 53. We wanted something with a strong angular shape. We did really good with the 3 offset at 80 by 4.5 by 55. Just tried making it a little bit earlier. Just wanted to try some stuff out. I definitely wanted to make sure that I got that pin above line distance in there because I want to take full advantage of it. The mindset, we went with the short pin more hook. Really happy with my Trailblazer, but I want something that I can potentially go to a little bit earlier. Excuse me. The dual angle numbers for this layout are 45 by 2.25 by 45, but these all go back to the PAL layouts that we have. So I'm just giving what they worked out to dual angle based on my PAP. And then the Innovator. The Innovator I'm not going to throw. We only got one of these, so I'm going to lay it out so that Nick and Wayne can throw it. And then afterwards, I can plug it and re-drill it and throw it that way. So yeah, it's going to be an early morning making dust. We also had a Black Widow Ghost get traded in. So I'm going to fill and drill this. Might actually fill and drill it for myself. I'm feeling a little bit greedy. I really like to put this stuff up for my customers first, but I've always wanted to throw one of these. I never got a chance to. We'll see. Once I get it filled. Didn't do too badly matching the colors. You can see a little bit of the color separation on top, but I think we got the color pretty close. And I've also got a twist over here, my twist that I drilled. For one-handed, I can always re-drill or drill another twist. So I'm filling in the thumb on this, and then I'm going to fill the fingers afterwards and re-drill it for two-handed. This is going to give me, I think, everything I need for my conversion to two-handed, at least for now. So I guess all that's left to do is make some dust. Let's get week 3 started with a bang. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning, and we're here bowling on the league. I already got a strike up on the board. Feeling good. Already been able to throw some of the new stuff. But we're starting with the Rattler. Yeah, we're just going to try to keep things on the lane, not just throw any 94s. And we're going to keep on keeping on. Let's get at it. Okay, we're through 6 frames, game 1. Almost looks like I'm a bowler. Almost looks like I'm a bowler. Only 1 crossover so far. So far so good. Let's look pretty good. We gotta keep at it though. Keep on it. Turning the corner here in game 1. Only missed once, so we'll just keep going. Okay, as I was saying, we're going into game 2. We got a new high game for two-handed, 236. Sweet. We had a 10-pin, a 4-pin, and then a pocket 4-7. It was really weird. So far, we've only thrown the Rattler. Rattlers look amazing. In practice, though, I did take a look at the Madness. The Madness look really, really good. The outer limits look a little strong. The mindset is just so strong. That is going to be a heavy oil ball. But yeah, it looks like things have started well. Got to get through that second game jinx, and let's keep it going. Turning the corner here, game 2, things are looking really good. That Rattler has been amazing. You can see front 4, I just got tapped there, it was a little inside, but we're gonna keep it going here. So one of the big changes I've made, people have asked if I've made any grip changes from the ones I got from Mikey. The biggest change I made is I made my bridge smaller. When I got that little bit of blistering on the inside here, I decreased the width of my bridge by a 1/16, and man, it's made a huge difference. I'm getting a much better forward roll out of this. I feel like I can really control this Rattler really easy. Haven't needed to throw anything else. I've made 1 board move so far in the 1.5 games, so we're just going to keep pushing through here, throw some more shots. After game 2, 222 for game number 2. All right, we are rocking and rolling now. Feeling really good about the way I'm throwing it. Made a quick change. I'm trying to stay a little bit more forward with my knees, try to keep my shoulders back a little bit, just so I'm not throwing it into the ground as much. And I'm really trying to make sure I extend to the 10-pin. That's really important, is not just trying to get some revolutions on it, but trying to get some distance, trying to get it down lane. So we're gonna keep working on that. 458 at the turn. Holy moly. That's almost what I bowled on Wednesday. So that's the 3 games. So let's keep going here. Let's get into game 3. made the turn on game 3. Not as many strikes this game so far. Got shorted by pocket 4-9. Right after that, we made the move to the new Columbia 300 Madness. For those of you who didn't see it, I'll show you, I'll put a picture of what we did layout-wise over somewhere around here. And yeah, it's drilled to go a little bit longer, be a little bit flippier than what we've got on that Rattler. So because I've been pushed so far left and the Rattler's starting to get really early, that's where I left the 4-9 with. I've gone with the Madness to get a little bit more length. And because I've been pushed left, the asymmetry is giving it a little bit more pop down lane to turn that corner because I am swinging it so much. Not that I need help getting it to turn two-handed. But so far so good. Knock on wood, let's keep going, see if we can shoot 600. Shoot our very first 600 two-handed. Wasn't the greatest, 182, not as many strikes, and I missed a couple of spares. It's on me. It's on me. I made a bad single pin shot for in the 9th frame. Sorry, in the 8th frame. That was on me. But 640, our first 600 two-handed, and not a bad one at 640. We just got one game left. We're turning the corner here. Hopefully, we can make it all the way through today. Get our first 800 for 4 two-handed. Made some huge strides. The last shot of the last game, we jumped out of the Madness on the right lane on 26 to try the Stellar, just to try to get a little bit more distance out of it. It feels like everything is just hooking at my feet right now. But it seemed I didn't really get it out very far, so I didn't really see if it was going to work or not, so I'm going to have to try it again. I don't know if I can get it across the lane. They're just so burnt up out there, so we'll see. But here we go for game number 4. Alright, so we wrapped that one up with a 171. Not the greatest, missing that one spare. Man got tapped in the 10th. It happens. But 811. It's our first 800 for 4, two-handed. Took us 3 weeks. Big takeaways. I think I struggled the last 2 games because the right lane got a little bit whippier than the left lane. The left lane I seem to be able to control a lot easier. The right lane, when I missed, right or left. It seemed to be really over-under. So I got to remember that. Spare shooting today was a little bit better. Only had the one real miscue. The other one I hooked by. Missed 2 makeables today, I think it was. Once again, that Rattler has been just crazy good. The Madness I really, really liked. I think, as I said, I just had an issue lane to lane. And I'm still picking up on that. I'm still really focusing on my mechanics. So I haven't really gotten too hard into just kind of watching for specifics. Just really making sure I'm trying to throw the ball the same way every time. I'm still not 100% there yet. I'm about 75 to 80% of the way. But overall, really good for this league. We're going to have to adjust some surfaces just to kind of dial them in so that there aren't so many gaps in between. I think that hurt me a little bit today was the gaps. But other than that, really strong day. Really happy with things. So we'll probably take it up to the shop here. Later this week, we're going to have to do some drills, do some reviews of the new stuff, and we'll just get on it from there. Really happy with today's result. Even if I had 2, a 180 and a 170 in there, I had 2 good 200s. All in all, taking away, very happy with this. Welcome to Tuesday. Took a day off yesterday after a great league session, but it's time to get back to work. It's time to get practicing. I've been trying to answer lots of questions on the drill room as much as I can, trying to share as much as I can. And one of the questions I've got is, how do I practice? How do I work on my arm swing? Things like that. So I thought I would share kind of my high-tech version of a very low-tech way to train. So I'm going to turn you around here. I'm going to try to stay pretty close. You can see I've got a... Well, that's weird. I got a projector there. And... so much light! Yeah, so many of you have probably seen this before. They've talked about doing it in a mirror so that you can actually see what you're doing with your arm swing. Well, we've taken this a little bit to the next level based on Kegel. See, that's me. Ooh, that's you guys. Ooh. We've taken this to the next level so that we can do a little bit of training, and I can really work with my ring finger. And I'll go a little bit more into explanation on that right now. So let me turn it around and I'll talk. I'm going to put you guys down. So when I'm talking about leading with the ring finger, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep my elbow and the inside of my hand from coming around the ball and doing this. You'll see me do that lots when I throw a bad shot. You'll see me turn around and I'll be like, I did this, I did this. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep this side of my hand inside. It keeps my whole elbow inside, keeps my forearm up, so that when I'm coming through the shot, I'm rolling behind it, trying to get more end over end roll rather than coming and spinning it and coming around it like this, getting side roll. The more side roll we get, the more over under the ball can become. It is a tool in our bag because side roll creates more distance and a more sharp hook down lane. But if we are using it in the wrong time, it actually becomes it becomes our enemy. Because the ball, whenever it sees friction, especially when it's wet dry, it's going to see it and snap and then miss it the next time and go long, and then maybe see it a little bit early and hook early, then miss it and go really long, and then see it and snap funny, come in behind the head pin. But when you have the ball rolling more end over end, the more you can do that, just like a one-handed bowler, and I'm sorry to say that, the more end over end roll you can create, the more you can control how much and where the ball is going to hook. And you're going to find, as I have, I think, for those of you who are making the turn from one-handed to two-handed, that there are a lot of principles that two-handers and one-handers have in common. Things like keeping straight swing slots, making sure that our footwork and our lower body and our upper body timing, let's put it that way, are in the right place. That's a really weird way to say it, I know, but one-handers and two-handers have different upper and lower body timings, and inside those we can even break them down even more. It's a really cool subject. Maybe we'll get into it. I don't know. Ask questions. But we're going to do some work here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you guys around. So first drill I'm doing, very simple. I am just getting into my start position. So for me, I put my feet a little bit off center. You can see here, I'll turn around to the camera so you guys can see it there. I just stagger them a little bit. So I stagger my feet. I also open my hips up just a little bit. Where rather than lining up straight to the pins, I just have a little bit of hip tilt in there. Gets my big fat butt out of the way. Oh, auto power off. Didn't like that. Didn't like my big fat butt. Didn't like my big fat butt. Yeah, maybe I'll do it this way. So you guys, I'll let you guys see me go through things this way a little bit. So like right now, just getting into my starting position. I'm letting the ball be nice and relaxed in front of me so I can get arm extension. One of the things I hate is I really choke up on the ball like this. And you can see as soon as I do that, my shoulders go up, all my muscles get tense. So I just try to relax with it when I first let the ball down. Then I try to get into my position. And then I try to get down to my finished position. Now you can see, actually you might not be able to see. I'll turn you guys around here. So if you look, I can see right away when I get into my position here, I drop the ball. When I'm dropping down into position, look at where my hand is. My hand is already on, naturally wanting to be on the side of the ball. So if I don't remember to try to lead with that inside finger, I'm already trying to spin the ball. See how easy it is just to get my arm around here? But I'm trying to get behind the ball this way. So that's one of the things that I do. I just do that over and over and over again. Being that time is precious in the bowling center and costly, something like this just to work on arm swing, I can get the ball back so fast. Like over and over and over again, I can just practice shot after shot after shot. Where that would be games and games and waiting and waiting and waiting, where I can grab the ball and I can throw 10 shots concentrating on my arm position in 60 seconds, 2 minutes. You know, you can't do that bowling a full game. So you can do this with a mirror. You can also do this with somebody else looking at you to make sure that you're staying in the right position. I just find my little high-tech version here with me back there. It just allows me instant feedback. It allows me to see right away as I'm doing it. Now I'm hoping to get this down on the lanes so I can get immediate feedback throwing the ball as well. That'll be next step. But for now, let's practice.
Hey Rob, the Masters is in Detroit. You need to get your butt over here. If you're ever going to get better at two-handed bowling, you're going to have to learn from the best. Try not to suck.
Now we gotta be able to find somebody who can help me with my two-handing here. Maybe? everybody. We are back in the secret lair here, back at Laneside Pro Shop. After whirlwind travel schedule, you can see I'm still sleepy. 12 hours and 4 minutes of driving for just under 1,100 kilometers. That was a long trip. It was a lot of driving to be there and to talk to the pros, try to get some help with my game. I got to watch some of the better pros out there who throw it two-handed. Got to talk to them, get some ideas of what I need to look at for my game. And really what we need to do is we need to sit down and come up with a plan. Kind of looking at my game, my ball speed's starting to come up, but I really need to get my ball speed up a lot. So that's one thing I need to work on. I really have to work on my rotation, making sure that I can control how much it hooks and where it hooks. And I just got to work on being smooth. Just got to work on keeping smooth. I know those sound like the things I've already said. It's because they're still true. Just watching everybody there, getting to talk with guys I haven't seen in a few years. With the pandemic, I haven't been able to travel as much. Had some family stuff go on too. It was really, really good to get back on the road. Actually, it was spectacular to get back on the road. Just to see everybody out there competing, getting to talk to people, getting to see not just the players, but the ball reps that I haven't seen in forever. It was so nice. But, yeah, you know what? It's really reopened my eyes. As a coach, we watch players all the time. But as a national coach, or someone who works with national players, or high-end players, or elite players, sometimes if you don't watch them for a while, you forget how good they are. You do. You forget how good they are. And watching the best in the world struggle on that lane pattern, it reminded me of where I was 10 years ago, when I wanted to go on to the World Series, when basically, this whole thing started when I went from just a kind of a casual bowler making a charge back in and enjoying himself to really, becoming a coach again, then bronze, silver, national coach, tactical coach, PBA player, doing all that. It's kind of being there and watching everybody, and then going through what I'm going through now as a two-hander, trying to get my game back to where I think it should be and what it was as a one-handed player. It's got me excited again. You can see the joy in my face. I really enjoy the challenge of trying to get myself to where I need to be. And I know what that's going to take. It's going to take a lot of practice. It's going to take some planning. I got to sit down and write out an action plan, figure out what I got to work on, but how I'm going to work on it as well. Lots of people will say, oh, you know what, I'm going to go practice something. I'm going to go do this and that. And that just evolves into throwing a game. You know what, I'm going to throw a game and then I'll practice my spare when I don't strike. Oh, look, I'm striking all the time. You know what, I'm going to go in. I got to write down how I'm going to practice, what I'm going to work on, so I can get to where I need to be. I mean, you guys saw me practicing here in the shop, working on swing things. But I also need to get down on the lanes, work on my spares. My spare shooting has been just awful lately. I'm not confident with it, so I need to get that confidence. I need to be able to commit to it. I need to get out there and work on things. But I'm looking forward to it. This is really, it's exciting to me. It's been a while since I've been really excited to work on stuff. You get to a point in your game when you've done so much with it, and you're so focused on things you can't see the forest through the trees. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since I've had the entire thing to go over and been able to plan a practice for myself and look at it, and it's always exciting to me. I know I'm a weirdo. Oh well, I'm a weirdo. But yeah, that's what we got to do. This morning I'm in here. I'm just I'm working on some video. Obviously talking to you guys and unloading my vehicle, and then we'll probably, I gotta look at what equipment I've got here to get ready for the weekend, and then I might even go down to the lanes, knock on wood if there's any available, and maybe I'll do some practice here. I'm honestly not sure, but whatever it is, you guys are along for the ride. Okay guys, you can see it's early morning. We're here at the bowling center. No practice this morning. We ended up, or at least the last couple of days, I had just so much stuff to do after coming back from the Masters. I just ended up taking a day for myself. Sometimes you gotta do a little bit of self-care. But we're going in here today. We have some videos to shoot. You can see they were just rolling the lane machine away there. They just put down some fresh oil. I'm going to invite you guys along to see what we do for a review, and I'm going to show you guys what I think of the new equipment. So fingers crossed, we've got those new layouts on it. Hopefully we're going to like what we see. Let's head on inside and let's get this done. Next week 4 here, we are going to focus on, we're going to write down and show you exactly what our training plan is going to be. Being 45, it's not the easiest thing jumping into two-handed. Let me just tell you, thinking about that, I started doing reviews and stuff on my 18th birthday. We've been doing this a long time. Back then I had hair. The hair was here, not here. Figure that out. Just kind of pulled it through. I guess that means we're getting old. But we're never too old to learn something new, right? There's a lot of people out there. We've gotten a lot of messages from people who are making this transition from one-handed to two-handed, who've had injuries, who are getting older and are trying to compete, and they're really interested in what I'm doing, and they're giving me encouragement, they're giving me tips, and I love it, guys. Keep it coming. I love this that you're sharing. I love that we have such a great community here that we can talk about this stuff, and I'm not unhappy. I'm sore, but I'm not unhappy. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it. We had a great time at the Masters. We did get some tips and tricks behind the scenes from some of the guys. I think we're on the right path. Regardless if we're on the right path or not, this is where we're going for the next 6 months until I'm healed. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. If there's anything you guys want to share, you want to talk about, you want to ask questions about my layouts and stuff, just ask. Throw them on into the comments, and I will try to do my best to answer whatever I can. Even if it's one-handed, two-handed, I'm here for you guys. This journey becoming a two-handed bowler has shown me that as a two-handed coach, I still have lots to learn, and that's also exciting to me. What I know as a coach and how athletes apply it, that practicality and understanding now some of the blocks that athletes run into has really opened my eyes and reminded me of why I became a coach, and why communication is really important. So I'm looking forward to talking to you guys more about this. I'm looking forward to sharing it. But until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside. I really am a weirdo. That is crazy. Yeah. 2,200 balls.
Each company Like Brunswick has 7 lines. Storm has Storm, Rotor Grip, and Global 900. Motive. Each individual line can have up to 150 of that line on the truck. That's what they pay to have out here.
Wow.
And then they obviously Brunswick has 7 lines, so each one of those is allowed 150 of those balls. You got DV8, Radical, you got Brunswick,
Hammer, track, all the goods.
Track, Ebonite, Columbia, and then Storm's got the same thing. They got their Storm and Rotor Grip and Global 900, so you got 150 each of those. Motive's got their shelving back here. They got another 150 of their balls here.
And you were saying you drill anywhere from about 150 balls on a stop.
At a regular event, that's about what we do. It's about 150. And that's even with the fields being cut down now. It used to be a little more, but now it's down to around that. So we get to the World Series, that'll be 400 to 600 bowling balls.
That's insane.
They just drill a lot of balls for that. Because there's 3 patterns, and then they make a cut, and there's a World Championship pattern. That's another pattern. So each one of the guys that makes it through those fields is going to drill 2 and 3 balls for each pattern that they see.
What does Kyle and them say? If you're not drilling, you're not trying.
Well, that's all you have out here. There's no defense. It's all offense. So you have to, it's a guess as it is, but it's an educated guess. These guys aren't just flapping in the wind, going, oh well, yeah, I think I'll just drill that because it's a new ball. They go, okay, I need something in this segment that's going to give me this kind of shape or this kind of look for what I'm bowling on at the time. They drill for the moment when they see a condition, and they make the assessment of it in their head, and they come out and they grab a ball and lay it out accordingly to what they want to see the ball do. So but it doesn't always work, but a lot of times it does. So that's what the ball reps do for these players. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and
this is quite the
advantage.
This is quite the setup. This is.
Yeah. And here, what happens is if a player, let's say we want you to have one of these balls, this knockout. I'm gonna bring it. We're gonna put some approximation lines on it with a pencil, yellow pencil, and then the player's gonna grab one of these sheets right here, and he's going to put his information on there. He puts his hole sizes, his span. Let me show you. Let me just grab one of these guys. This is Carlos Manano. He's originally from Venezuela, but that's necessarily his sheet, and you see how he fills it out. His pitches going forward to the left and right there, reverse here. He puts the size of the bit he wants you to use, and the type. A lot of them have interchangeables. He has a mold, so I just measured his mold and drill it to the outside diameter of that, and I level it with the ball. Comes out real good. So once they get that sheet filled out and over to us, we take it over and put it in these racks. Like these balls are sitting there getting ready to be done pretty soon, and they scribe the balls with a metal scribe, real thin lines on them, and then from there, after they scribe them, they dish them off to us, and we drill them over here, and then they come back over here when they're done. So
nice.
We do it with a scribe because the balls come out
really precise.
Yeah, it's a precise measurement. You don't, like if you use pencil and you hit it thick on one side and thick on the other. See, that's how it should look. Right on those lines, right?
Beautiful.
That's how it should be. Here and here. I happen to drill this one myself, but that's it. But anyway, that's how they should look. And the only way that's going to get not done right is if it's scribed wrong, or the person gives us the wrong measurement that they want it done right. Because you're responsible to give us the measurements that of your span and your angles that you want the holes to be drilled. So.
Funny story about that. In 2013, I was in Vegas and I bowled the World Series, and I drilled a ball, and I wasn't paying attention, and I wrote down 5/8 for my bridge instead of 5/16.
That's pretty big.
That's a big bridge.
You're throwing a football or a bowling ball.
So yeah, players are definitely responsible for making sure the sheets are done properly.
Normally, if I see something like that on somebody's, I would know that that's probably a mistake, and I'd try to get a hold of you and say, hey, is this what you really wanted? Or, you never know. Somebody could have had a problem with their hand, and they had to drill it that way or something. But that's pretty rare. So we once we get the right information in there, and we make sure we follow that.
Yeah, so as long as I don't screw up, the ball gets done properly. That seems right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the tour.
All right, you betcha.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.